Hey, Colleen, are we good? Can we start? Okay. Good evening, everyone. We're going to call this regular meeting of the Ocean Township Board of Adjustment to order. Nicole, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Here.
Mr. Duomo?
Here.
Ms. Deal? Mr. Chimora? Ms. Littman? Mr. Punchinelli?
Here.
Mr. Leneski?
Here.
Mr. Caramanica? Chairman DiGennaro?
Here.
And Chairman Bowler.
Here. Please rise for the salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The notice requirements of the open public meeting law for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the notice having been sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster and filed in the office of the Township Clerk. Emergency notice. There is emergency exit through the courtroom doors and 2 exits at the rear of the room. No smoking in this room, please. Board policies. No new cases will be started after 9 p.m. No new testimony taken after 9:30 p.m. In addition, the applicant will be limited to 45 minutes of testimony. All meetings will be video and audio taped and shown on the Township of Ocean's Community Cable Channel, Channel 22 on Verizon Fios, Channel 77 on Cablevision. Please turn your cell phones off. Wow, that was perfect. Amazing. I always dreamed it would happen like that. If you need to make a call, please step outside of the meeting room and take your call. What's this? Jimmy and Barbara, 2250 Cliffwood. Is this a misprint on mine?
That's carried.
Okay. Case carried to the next meeting is Jimmy and Barbara Levy, 250 Cliffwood Road, Oakhurst, Block 2531, Lot 1, in the R4 zone. Resolutions to be memorialized.
Well, let's do that one officially. The levy application. So they're asking to be carried to the October meeting. I mean, yes, October, and which would be what date?
Oh yeah, I see. Sorry.
All right. So we need a motion then to carry that to the meeting of October 18th, with or without notice. It's up to the board. I have no reason that they would need to renotice.
Okay, I'll make a motion to carry it to next month without renoticing.
I'll second.
That would be all in favor.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the ayes have it.
All right, so if anyone's here for that application, Jimmy and Barbara Levy, 250 Cliffwood Road in Oakhurst, that application is not being heard tonight. It's going to be carried to the October 18th meeting at 7 p.m. without any further notice. So if you want to be heard on that application, you need to be here that evening in this room on October 18th. Okay. Well, if they're changing their plans, then
Then they would have to
notice.
notice.
But
So,
if
I
they
can wait
don't,
and see what happens.
yeah. So if they do change their plans, then they would need to renotice.
Okay.
Okay. But if they don't, then there's no reason that they can do it.
Okay, that's
All
fair.
right. And then, Mr. Chairman, before you go through the rest of the agenda, we do have 2 other applications that are not being heard this evening. Do you want me just to do them?
Sure, certainly.
All right, we have Stephen and Joe Dweck of 2 Dwight Drive. That application is not being heard tonight. Also, Michael Roshanavir of 130 Roselle Avenue is not being heard tonight. Both of those applications are being carried to the December meeting, you told me? And what is the December date, Colleen? Do you know?
16th.
All right, so both of those applications
Hold on,
are
it
being
says
carried.
18th on this page. Just double check that. It says 18th on the page that you had left for me upstairs.
Is it the 18th or the 16th?
Right now, it is the 18th.
Okay, so and that's a Thursday.
Correct.
All right, so it's being carried to the meeting of Thursday, December 18th at 7 p.m. in this room without any further note. Well, you want notice. So the recommendation is to have notice because it's such a jump. We're jumping 3 months. So if the board wants to make that motion, then to carry this
I'll make a
with
motion
further
to have with further notice both cases carried to December 18th.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.
All right, so again, you'll get new notice in the mail. You will. But nevertheless, just in case you don't, you want to be in this room on December 18th at 7 p.m. Okay?
Okay, moving on. Resolutions to be for memorialization. We have 3. Can we do them all at the same time? We can? Okay. So we have John Prosisto, 1319 Birch Avenue, Block 105, Lot 12, 504 Monmouth Road LLC, which is 504 Monmouth Road, Block 65, Lot 1, and Deborah Israeli, 35 Brandywine Road, Block 35.03, Lot 5. Do you have a motion? I'll second. All those in favor? Aye.
Well, that's gotta be a roll call.
Or
Yeah, I
could-
wasn't here.
Could we just say those that were here?
No, you have to do a roll call on the
Okay.
resolution.
Trying.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Gilmore? And Chairman Fuller?
Yes. Okay, administrative request. Emerald Jade LLC, 519 Wildwood Road, Block 61.05, Lot 11, is seeking administrative approval for a design change. The proposed cabana had 2 roll-down doors and 3 skylights, whereas 1 roll-down door and 4 skylights are proposed. Do we have any discussion on that? Do I have a motion for that change to be made?
I'll make a motion to approve that change.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
No, it's gotta be,
Oh, it's got to be
it's
roll
gotta be a
call?
roll call.
All right.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
Mr. Lanaski?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Giuliano?
Yes.
And Chairman Fuller?
Yes.
And I'll have a resolution at the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Another administrative request. Larchwood Synagogue, 48 Larchwood Avenue, Oakhurst, Block 8.02, Lots 3 and 23, seeking administrative approval for design change. The applicant is proposing to add a concrete build-out, 3 feet of size, at the front entrance. This design change does not create any new variances. So why does this come before us? Because they're making a change to the plans that were approved? Okay.
I'll make a motion for positive.
I'll second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Gilmore?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
Mr. Lanaski?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Giuliano?
Yes.
And Chairman Fuller?
Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to old business, which will also be new business. Mr. Malik, come on up. Thank you for letting us talk through the issue earlier.
Yes,
Glad we can take care of it
Chairman, just for the
specifically.
record, this application was on at the last meeting on August 21st. At that time, there were board members present who are not here tonight, which has left us with only 3 board members who heard the last application. At the last meeting, in order to make things work for this evening and not to delay anything, the applicants indicated that he would prefer just to start the application anew. That way all the board members can hear the application. So we're gonna completely disregard anything that happened at the last board meeting. That meeting is now null and void, it doesn't exist. And we're going to start from the very, very beginning. So I'm gonna mark in, as I always do, the following exhibits. Exhibit A1 will be the variance application. Exhibit A2 will be the elevation certificate. Exhibit A3 will be the flood map. Exhibit A4 will be the coverage breakdown. Exhibit A5 will be the aerial photo of the property. Exhibit A6 will be a 3D rendering of the survey. Exhibit A7 will be specs for the shed. Exhibit A8 will be the as-built survey. And Exhibit A9 will be the plot plan and grading plan. Then we have, as Exhibit A10, will be a series of photographs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A series of 9 photographs taken by the applicant of the property. So that'll be Exhibit A10. We then have the following board exhibits. Exhibit B1 will be the zoning officer's report. Exhibit B2 will be the board planner's report, and Exhibit B3 will be the board engineer's report. Those are all the exhibits that I can swear in the witness. Do you swear your testimony, you don't have to stand. Do you swear your testimony you're gonna give this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
And just state your name for the record.
Alan Mallow.
All right, and you are the property owner.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, it's all yours.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome back. Mr. Malik, can you briefly remind us or go over what reliefs you are seeking?
I'm seeking one relief is by the swimming pool where it was arched grass. It was like a circular grass when they dug up the pool. when we put it back in a squared format, and we were requesting a variance for that.
Yep.
And the other one was for the shed that's enclosing some bicycles and garbage cans. That's beneath arborvitae trees on the left side of the property as you enter the parking area.
Okay. Bennett, can we turn to you for any comments you had made on this application?
Yeah, so let me swear in our professionals. Do our professionals both swear in testimony they give this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help them God?
I do.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this, the pool and shed have already been constructed, and applicant has indicated he's looking for approvals, for, change in grade of greater than 2 feet. And then from an engineering standpoint, this is in a, flood zone. So I had a question in my report about whether or not outside agency approvals, such as approval from the DEP, would have been applicable, or if it was obtained. And there was a question about the wall being greater than 2 feet. I think that refers to the change in grade being greater than 2 feet. So that's a variance that's required. Again, it's already been constructed. And then there was the discussion, or there was a shed mentioned that is in a non-conforming location.
And Mr. Chairman, there are photographs of the shed in what we marked in Exhibit A10.
Yep. Okay, I apologize. I was just trying to find the changed out the elevation notes from our zoning officer. Now, Ron, I'm putting you on the spot here. Do you have access to the report from last month? Did you see any of that?
I do.
Okay.
And I think Mr. Higgins just kind of points out where there are hardships related to the parcel. It's an unusual parcel, but others where there are no hardships. And then they, you know, at the bottom of his report, he does on page 2. He points out what the C2 variance would be. Not sure if the applicant testified to it the last time about why it's basically there's 2 types of variances. One's a hardship. I'm going to explain to the applicant. You may have been the last time. The other one is I call it the how to build a better mousetrap. It's a C2. It's called a flexible C. It's like it almost is like what is, and he puts it here as it's if the purposes of the municipal land use law would be advocated by deviation from the zoning ordinance, the benefits will outweigh any detriment, and the variance could be granted. So it's almost a weighing here. Now, I think that could you address why you had to put the shed where it's at, and you know,
We keep 2 recycle and 2 regular garbage cans in that spot. That's where they're kept.
So if a shed wasn't there, in theory, would these garbage cans be outside?
They would be. They'd be exposed.
So
And my neighbors across Edgemere Place is a very small street that's not really used. It's only for the. It's pretty much designated for the homes on that end block.
Okay.
And my neighbor's property is directly across from this location, so he'd be staring at my garbage cans. When he found out that I was, you know, covering them. It started out as an Instagram post where they show you those smaller covered garbage can individual ones that when you lift the cover, the thing goes up with it. But one thing led to another, and we ended up building something, not realizing that a variance was needed for a shed.
Now, you have some photos that you submitted to the board
Yes.
to show the visibility and location. Would you like, I mean,
Yes,
if the
yeah.
board, I think maybe discuss with the applicant.
I believe those are the 8 pages.
Yeah.
That's what Lexstein is looking at right now.
So, Mr. Milo, do we all have these in the same order? Okay. Yeah. I have this picture here.
So maybe you should just
First.
go through if you could.
Sure. You want me to? Could I get up or?
I can give you an exhibit and you
It's-
could run through.
it's in,
How's that?
it's
in
Does
there.
that make sense?
Thank you.
You don't have to go back and forth.
So, which?
Oh. I missed that one. Thank you.
Why don't you just walk it?
Why don't you walk us through?
Walk
Yeah,
us
yeah,
through.
sure.
This is this one. You guys want to see as well? So
I'm fine.
we're good. You good? So this one is standing directly in front of this Edgemere Place, the street, where you could see that you don't even see the shed because it's tucked in on the underneath the overhang of the arborvitae trees. And this next photo again.
Can I stop you real quick? This is Edgemere right here. This street right here.
Uh,
This is the aerial.
it's Edgemere.
Is
Edgemere
this
Drive,
street-
and then that's Edgemere Place.
That's
that
what.
little street.
So that picture is taken standing on this main road, looking this
Correct.
way. Okay.
Correct. This
it.
one's even on a sharper angle as well.
Yep. Understood.
And then this is as you go south down Edgemere Drive. You can see that you're starting to be able to see the shed, but barely. And then another image on an angle where it's not showing, and then a straight on shot in the parking area of what the shed actually looks like. So right across from this, my neighbor at 500 South Edgemere is looking at garbage cans sitting here. And then I'll keep going. This is just the interior of what's going on inside the garbage cans. And that continuation of that. And then this here where I put some bicycle racks for storage. I mean, it's an irregular property with limited space. And that's pretty much it.
And just for clarification, you did receive previous approvals for the pool, correct?
Yes, of course. Everything was approved. The only decision I made on my own, not realizing, was instead of the grass arching, we squared it off there.
Yeah, and I think the zoning officer's report on page 2, item 3, notes the approval that the previous zoning officer approved the location of the pool with pool and patio surrounding it 5 feet. It was an error as it was not in accordance with the zoning. So the zoning
Right.
officer gave approvals.
Yep.
So and I think here, and that, basically to clean it up, you would be granting.
Yes, yes, thank
Use
you
the
for
term,
bringing
the
that up.
post facto, after the fact. But in this case, there was an error. He, in good faith, built his pool there. It's not like he created. So it's really the shed. I'm just saying, maybe concentrate on that shed and how it works with this parcel.
Sir, when did you move into the house?
2020. October 2020, I closed them. We moved.
Did the sellers leave their garbage cans?
They left.
Do you
They had
remember?
2 or 3. We might have got an additional recycling one.
Where did they keep them? Where were they when you?
They were in that spot.
They were in that spot already.
Yeah.
And so you came in. That's where they keep the garbage cans. That's
There's
where
no
they go.
real. We talked about this the previous meeting that maybe you could put them up the steps, one of the locations, but that's challenging filled with garbage to go down 3 or 4 steps each time the garbage is coming. So it's only practical place
Yeah.
to leave it unless I want to put it up against where the garage is, which would really be an eyesore.
Does anybody have any questions?
No, what's the height of the shed? It's not that tall.
I think it's taller than me, so it's probably 6 feet tall, I believe.
It's a nice looking shed. Any questions? Mark, do you need anything else?
I'm fine.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions from the public? Okay. Anyone have any statements from the public? I'd like to close the public hearing.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, ayes have it. Anyone want to make a positive or motion for a positive resolution?
I'll make a motion for positive resolution.
I'll second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Delomo?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
Mr. Vanessi?
Yes.
Vice Chairman DeGenaro?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Have a great night. What's that?
Thank you very much.
I mean, next meeting. This was carried, yeah. So basically, start writing the case.
There was no vote last month.
Right, oh yeah, I see, yeah, otherwise it would have. Yeah. Okay, new business. Sam Gabby, 8 Monmouth Road, Block 5, Lot 35. Seeking permission to retain 3 air conditioning condensers in their current non-compliant location in the front yard. Accessory structures must maintain a minimum front yard setback of 30 feet. Proposed setback is 27 feet from Monmouth Road.
And Mr. Chairman, I have the following exhibits. Exhibit A1 will be the application. Exhibit A2 will be the final as-built survey. And then I have the following board exhibits. Exhibit B1 will be the zoning officer's letter. Exhibit B2 will be the board planner's report, and Exhibit B3 will be the engineer's letter. And if I can just swear in our experts, do our experts swear in testimony they're about to give in this application will be the truth, the whole truth, and the truth, so help them God?
We do.
Okay. And Mr. Gabby, if you just raise your right hand, you swear your testimony you're going to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and the truth.
I do.
And just state your name for the record.
Sam Gabay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Gabay?
Yes.
Okay. Could you give us an idea why you're here? What relief you're looking for?
I put 3 air conditioning units on the side of my house. They are, I guess, non-conforming by 3 feet. The 30-foot setback line of the to Monmouth Road.
Did you have plans to put them there that you submitted? Was that where they were originally intended to go, or were they approved to go somewhere else?
They were approved to go somewhere else.
Tell us all the gory details so we can go
No, it's
faster.
okay. They were approved to go somewhere else behind the dining room window in the backyard. When it came time to kind of put them in, I said, "Why are we putting them there? Let's put them on the side of the house," because I mean, not knowing, all that, stuff with the setbacks and things like that. For the kids to have that in the backyard, I just didn't think that was ideal. And so my contractor said, okay, and we put it on the side of the house. And then when we kind of went for our as-builts, that's when the issue came up.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions while I look through some of this stuff?
You don't have any photos of.
I have a live stream video that I could show you.
No, we can't.
Like, we can't use that.
Live stream video.
This is tough because there's no photos, there's no
Yeah.
plan, there's no anything for us to say, well, that's not so bad.
So, Mr. Chairman, as we know from what you just did in the last application, if the board does not feel it has enough information, you can carry this to the next meeting with instructions that the applicant come back with photographs.
What do we think?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. We need to see what it looks like. You deviated from the plans. You need to come back to the town and say, I'm moving from point A to point B. We can't just look at this and say, is it good or not good? So.
What's this? Same thing.
Yeah, it's in the back. The back is good.
May I ask one question?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, so your house is, it's a corner lot.
Correct.
Correct. And you're oriented towards Monmouth Road.
The front door is facing Lake Avenue.
It's facing Lake Avenue.
Yeah.
So what we would consider, so
I think it was-
without getting into detail, where did you put the air conditioners?
On the
here?
side of Monmouth Road.
On the side of Monmouth Road.
Mhm.
So if this wasn't a corner lot, that's something, like you said, it was a side lot, but because it's a corner lot, it's considered frontage. That's the whole thing.
I have 2 front yards.
Okay, just want to clarify
Mm-hmm.
that. So I know his address is Monmouth Road, but his house is not facing Monmouth Road.
Do you have any shrubbery, trees,
I do.
bushes?
Just a few more comments so to give you.
Sure, yeah.
The property itself is raised from Monmouth Road itself by maybe 10 feet. And we also put not green giants, I think arborvitaes along the side of the in front and on the side of Monmouth Road by Lake Avenue and Monmouth Road to potentially cover any noise that the units are going to produce, but any noise that the units produce are going to be drowned out by cars anyways. And of course it's 10 feet above.
Well, one of the comments of Mr. Higgins in his report is that he recommends additional plantings
Yeah.
be put in between them and Monmouth Road. So I think the board's right. I think they're going to need to see photographs of what this looks like, and I suggest that you not just take photographs of the condensers themselves, but actually go to Monmouth Road,
Mhm.
take photographs of what it looks like from the street.
Understood.
Okay.
And since we anticipate Mr. Higgins will be back next time, I will defer to him to ask further questions.
Yeah.
put in the plans, maybe some shrubbery. I can sympathize for you, because I live on a lot very similar to this. I have mine are on the side, but I got a little bit more space than you.
Mhm.
But maybe
Thanks.
some-
Alright, so what was is there anyone here from the public on this application? What's the next date again? And is there room on the agenda to carry this here? So, Mr. Chairman, if we can just get a motion to carry to October 18th.
I'll make a motion to carry the case, no notice, to the October meeting. 16th
October
meeting.
16th, okay. You have a second on that?
I'll second.
And that can be an all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Alright, so I understand there's no one here on this, but I'm gonna make the announcement regardless. This application is being carried to the October 16th meeting at 7 p.m. in this room. You will not receive any further notice. Mr. Gowdy, I do ask that if you're submitting new exhibits, which we're asking, try to get those exhibits in to Nicole at least 10 days before the 16th.
Sure.
Okay?
Yep.
So that she has it, she can distribute to the board, and the board's not seeing it for the first time at the meeting.
Understood.
Alright, so just come back on the 16th.
Thank you. Thank you, board.
Cooking now.
All right, next case. I apologize in advance, and you'll educate me on how to pronounce your name. Leo Picciotto? Picciotto? Picciotto. 186 Delaware Avenue, Block 25.09, Lot 11 in the R4 zone, seeking permission to retain front porch previously constructed within the front yard setback. Minimum front yard setback required is 30 feet, where the existing and proposed front porch is 23.8 feet.
Yes. Good evening, David
Good evening.
S. David S. on behalf of the applicant.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I have the following exhibits. Exhibit A1 will be the application itself. Exhibit A2 are the front porch plans and layout. Exhibit A3 is the topographic plan. And Exhibit A4 will be the pool as-built survey. And then we have the following board exhibits. B1 will be the zoning officer's report. B2 will be the board planner's report. And B3 will be the board engineer's report. And let me just swear in the board's professionals. Did the board's professionals swear that any testimony they give this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help them God?
We do.
Thank you. And Mr. Askew, if you just want to tell us, floor is yours.
Okay. We're here for a variance on a pre-existing non-conforming house. It's a small ranch house. It's 1,502 square feet approximately. It's a single family. Mr. Picciotto was the prior owner and the contractor. He was doing some primarily interior renovations and built a pool. Exterior renovations were simply cosmetic. During the construction, there was a front stairway. It's just a small stairway straight up to the front door. It was dilapidated. It needed repairs, and they thought it was okay to extend the stairway alongside of it into a small front porch. The front porch is now 18. It's already been built. It's 18 feet 6 inches long by 6 inches by 6 inches. Excuse me, 6 feet deep. It's an uncovered front deck, and we're really just seeking for approval for what's already been built. The testimony you'll hear is that was not. He didn't realize that he was going to be in violation of the setback ordinance. He didn't come any further out. He just went alongside where the stairway already existed. That being said, you want to swear in Mr. Picciotto?
Mr. Picciotto, do you swear any testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
I'll open up if there are any questions for Mr. Picciotto. Just do it that way. I think it's pretty straightforward.
The old patio or steps, concrete. What? Explain
No,
to me.
they were. It was wood.
It was wood.
Totally rotted out.
Okay.
The first actual stair was you couldn't even step on it. It was really dangerous to walk on. So there was like a about 5 foot landing and then a few steps. So what we did was obviously replace the steps and then just go along the side, and then put railing around it to keep it safe.
Wood tracks, wood
Yeah, we went with composite.
composite material.
Was the I'm sorry, the porch was replaced also, you said, or?
So the front landing had to be replaced as well. Yeah,
Front-
it was
front
already
landing of the
non-conforming.
porch.
Yeah. We
Not the
kept
porch, not the porch itself.
There was no porch, so it was a
Okay.
5 foot square landing with stairs, and we just extended it over.
So it looks a lot nicer now.
Oh yeah. And I live in the area as well, a couple blocks over. I have a front porch. We sit out there all the time, so I just felt that it would be a little bit more neighborly, friendly, sitting up front, being able to, bring a little more liveliness into the neighborhood.
Any questions?
none.
Ron, I know Mr. Higgins was here. He would say something along the lines of the master plan now takes into account front porches as being a benefit to houses, even if they get a little bit closer than the 30 feet. So do you want to say that on behalf of Mr.
And I
Higgins?
concur. He wrote it. I think in the end, I just went through a case like this. I do part-time zoning officer duties today. If he would have in theory, kept it the same, it would have been probably declared not an expansion of a pre-existing nonconformity, but what he did is he expanded it. I understand your testimony, you didn't go any closer to the street.
No.
You just went sideways.
Exactly.
So that's what's triggering it. He's expanding that non-conforming condition. And now he's had testimony about, it looks better. I think Mr. Higgins points out in the master plan that these type of front porches are encouraged. I think the applicant must have read it because no kidding aside, front porches are eyes on the street, and people could sit out there and just be neighborly. I think it's a benefit, and I think that's what Mr. Higgins was alluding to.
Thank you.
And I don't have any engineering concerns.
Okay. Any questions from the public? Any comments the public would like to make on this application? Can I have a motion to close the public hearing, please?
Make a motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We have a motion for a positive resolution.
A motion for positive resolution.
Second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. DeLoma?
Yes.
Mr. Fujielli?
Yes.
Mr. Nasi?
Yep.
Vice Chairman DeGenaro?
Yes.
And Chairman Cole?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Thank
very
you very
much.
much. Thanks again.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Okay, our last item on the agenda. Take a sip before I read this one. 2 Texas Avenue LLC, 219 Lewis Street, Block 17, lots 26 and 44 in the R4 zone. Seeking permission to convert an existing commercial-style building to a single-family residential structure. Construction of a second-floor addition, 2-story front addition, covered front and rear porches, as well as construction of an in-ground pool and pool equipment in the rear yard. Minimum lot size required is 10,000 feet, where 9,725 square feet is existing. Minimum lot width required is 90 feet, where 35 feet is existing and 35 feet is proposed. Minimum side yard setback required is 10 feet, where 23 feet on one side and 9.94 feet on the other existing, and 0.23 feet on one side and 7.5 feet on the other sides being proposed. Minimum both side yard setbacks required is 25 feet, where 10.17 feet exist and 7.73 feet is proposed. Minimum rear yard setback required is 30 feet, where 11.61 feet exists and 10.2 feet is proposed. Maximum building coverage permitted is 25% of the total lot area, where 31.58 is proposed. Accessory structures must maintain a 10-foot side and rear yard setbacks. The proposed plan has a 0 side yard setback to both sides of the pool surround, 6 foot yard setback to the pool water's edge, 3-foot yard setback to the pool equipment pad, 1 foot side yard setback to the generator, 5 feet and 9 feet side yard setbacks to the roof mounted AC condensers, 2.5 foot rear yard setback to pool surround, and 2.5 foot rear yard setback to the pool equipment pad. Attorney for the applicant is Mr. Jeffrey Donner. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, and good evening, members of the board. I'm Jeffrey Donner. I'm here to represent 2 Texas Ave LLC, the owner and applicant of 219 Lewis Street, also known as Block 17, lots 26 and 44. Our application, and I think I should start with this, is seeking to gain certain variances so we can take a pre-existing non-conforming industrial commercial use in the R4 residential zone and do away with it and replace it with a single-family residence, which is a permitted use in the zone. The property, as you will see from the testimony we'll present, is highly irregularly shaped. It's 225 feet deep, maybe 225.5 feet deep, and at one point towards the street it's only 35 feet wide, although it widens up as you go back in the property. Most of the variances that we're seeking reflect existing conditions. The property was first developed in 1908. It was used until, I guess, relatively recently as a facility to make cabinetry, in a residential zone. The placement of the building is what causes the side yard setback difficulties. The lot itself is 275 feet shy of the 10,000 square foot requirement for the R4 zone, but that's the lot that we have, although we are improving it by seeking to consolidate the rear lot, a small and also non-conforming rear lot, lot 44, with the main lot, lot 26, which gets us to the 9,725 square feet. We're going to present tonight 2 experts as witnesses for the application. One is seated to my right, Walter Joseph Hopkins, PE, and one is seated in the audience at the moment, Edward O'Neill, our architect. And with that, I'll cease my introduction. I think we said enough, and I'll let Mr. Lexstein proceed.
Yes, so let me swear in our professionals. Do our professionals swearing testimony if they give this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, and but the truth self. Okay, and I'll mark in the following exhibits. Exhibit A1 will be the variance application. Exhibit A2 will be the preliminary stormwater management area evaluation. Exhibit A3 will be the drainage report. Exhibit A4 will be the plot plan. Exhibit A5 will be the architectural plan. Then I have the following exhibits on behalf of the board. Exhibit B1 will be the zoning officer's report. Exhibit B2 will be the board planner's report. And Exhibit B3 will be the board engineer's report. Those are all the exhibits that I have.
Just a question, what's on the property right now?
I believe it's a vacant building, and we'll be talking about that. I left out the fact that we are looking to expand the building, move it out a little closer to the street, add a second floor, covered porches in the rear and the front, and also add a swimming pool, small swimming pool at the rear of the property. By the way, although Jerome Avenue backs up to lot 44, we're not seeking any access to Jerome Avenue. All of the access will be to Lewis Street, which is our front yard.
And Mr. Donner, if the board does approve the application, you'll agree to go about consolidation, I imagine?
Yes, absolutely. May I proceed?
You want me to swear, Mr. Hopkins?
Yes, please.
All right, do you swear your testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, self God?
Yes, I do.
And just state your name for the record.
Walter Hopkin.
And you are a licensed professional engineer in the state of New Jersey, and your license is in good standing?
Yes, it is.
That's all we require.
Okay, thank you.
Let me ask a couple of questions, okay? Mr. Hopkins, you do have familiarity with the property because you're a professional engineer involved in this project, is that so?
Yes, it's around the corner from my office also.
Okay. Based upon your familiarity and your involvement in the project, can you go through and give us the details about the property? I think you have an aerial view of the property. You might describe that to begin with.
Sure, I have an aerial a rendering of the site plan that was submitted to the board with it's color rendered version with an aerial photography overlaid. The date of that plan is 8/28/25. I do have smaller.
Send it as Exhibit A6.
I do have smaller versions if it would be easier for the board to see
That'd
it.
be great. Thank you.
I think we should mark it as A6, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So yes, the as Mr. Donner indicated, it's a 9,725 square foot parcel. 2 lots on the east side of Lewis, also known as a street address at 219 Lewis, block 17, lots 26 and 44. The parcel is located in your R4 zone. The surrounding properties, as you can see from the aerial, are single-family residential in conformance with your ordinance. There's an existing 1-story commercial building with a long gravel driveway. We call it like a shotgun lot. It only has 35 feet of frontage along Lewis, and then expands in the rear. The driveway is at least 100 feet, and there's a gravel parking area that I guess was used in the commercial use previously. That's what's there existing. What's proposed, again, is to bring the building into conformance with the surrounding uses as far as the permitted use, consolidate the lots into one, remove approximately 2,200 square feet of the gravel driveway and parking area. This will result in a slight decrease in impervious area with a combination of the decrease in gravel, which your ordinance considers impervious, and the various other improvements that we're proposing. So we kind of tried to balance that as far as coverage. There's a 2nd-story addition over the existing building, and then there's a 2-story expansion out towards Lewis Street that you'll see on the rendering. The existing building is the photograph, and then the addition is we'll call it maybe a brown or orange, depending on which version you're looking at. So that's a 2-story extension, and to mitigate any increase in impervious, even though we're balancing it, we did propose, because I know how sensitive the township is to drainage, proposed roof leader recharge for the extension in the front. In the rear is a small pool, 24 by 12 foot pool, surrounded by pervious pavers to encourage water infiltration. And in addition to that, we also have a recharge system back there to mitigate any additional runoff to adjacent properties. From an engineering standpoint, that's really the bulk, or really the substance of our application and proposal. There's several nonconformities that the architect, who is also the planner on this project, will go over, and Mr. Donner kind of touched on them briefly. I'm available. Mr. Matlack had no issues in his letter, but I'm here to answer any questions or anything that the board or the professionals would like.
Before we open it to the board, I'd like to just cover a couple of additional things with Mr. Hopkins. I know you've talked about the drainage. In terms of the drainage coming down from the roof, how's that handled with the roof leaders?
It goes into a roof leader recharge system.
Okay, and I believe there was at one time some discussion from Mr. Matlack about a recharge trench at the rear of the property to prevent water in the surround of the swimming pool from going on to a neighboring property. Has that been addressed?
Yes, that was added.
All right, and the drainage report that you have, does that report conclude and support the fact that the stormwater drainage that would be visiting the property would be handled and not pose any kind of difficulty to any of the surrounding properties?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, there was also some discussion about seasonal high water mark, and I believe you have the Whitehead report that you provided. Does that show a seasonal high water mark substantially lower than the bottom of what our proposed pool is going to be?
We didn't compare it to the pool. I think Mr. Matlack had a previous comment about just identifying the seasonal high water table as it relates to the stormwater recharge systems to make sure that they function properly. I believe we provided information which addressed that concern.
Okay. I believe that's all the questions I have of Mr. Hopkins. So the board has other questions.
Anyone have any questions?
Not on an engineering side.
I got the boring stuff.
Chairman, I'll add that there were a few iterations of this plan. We did a few review letters, and I agree with the testimony that my previous comments were addressed, some changes were made to the plans, and I don't have any other engineering concerns.
Okay. Other questions? Ron, do you want to jump in
I
yet?
think
or
I want to
later?
wait for the planner.
Okay.
To
I have a feeling
keep it all in once, and if the engineer needs to come back, we'll do
Okay.
that.
Is that okay with you, Mr. Donner?
That's all the questions I have for Mr. Hopkins. If the board has no questions, and I guess we're doing questions from the public later.
I would open it now.
Yeah, if we could. Does anybody have any questions on what Mr. Hopkins just testified to?
And again, this is,
Engineering questions.
these are engineering questions. There'll be a public comment later on about the whole application.
I just want to confirm.
Sure, you can come on up.
We're
Yep.
gonna get you up here.
Mr. Donner, could you
Come
give
up,
her
we're
that
gonna
microphone?
Swear you in, and then you have to give your name and address.
Just a minor question.
So
Pause
I'm
once.
gonna swear you in. Okay, do you swear your testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
And just state your name for the record.
Dorothy Goodrich.
You just spell the last name,
Goodrich.
your address, Ms. Goodrich.
221 Lewis Street,
Lewis.
Oakhurst.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead. And where are you in conjunction to this property?
Right next door there.
Just to the whole,
I think-
this house?
No, the other house.
house.
Yes.
So everybody sees, it's the one without the pool.
Without the pool, yeah.
Okay, go
Facing the
ahead.
lot to the right.
If you're looking at Jeff's, you can see ours to the right.
Okay.
I just had a quick question, and it sounds like the concerns about the drainage have all been addressed, is that correct? Everything, because that was one,
Our engineers indicated that he's satisfied that
Okay.
it's been addressed.
okay, because I had looked at some of the earlier reports and there were some issues that were raised, but it sounds like all that's okay now. That was why I was just gonna ask for my seat.
Mr. Matlack did a good job of making sure that we had belt
Okay.
and suspenders on this one, so we have addressed. So the roof leaders, the gutters come down,
Right,
and then they go into the ground, so it doesn't spill off, and then it goes into pipes, and then it percolates into the ground. So there'll be no runoff, and we're reducing about just over 2,000 square feet of that gravel parking area that was in the front.
okay, that was the only question I had right now. Thank you.
Mr. Hopkins, on that point, could you show us on that map where the water from the roof will begin
Sure.
to percolate to the ground?
Try to do it so everybody can see. So the roof leaders along here will be piped to the grass areas in the front, and then it'll go directly into the ground.
So within the width of the driveway?
It'll be in the grass area between the addition and the driveway.
My point is, it's not going to be 2 feet off of the property line. It's going to be
No, sir.
in. Okay. And then the backyard, where's the backside? Where does that water go?
So the
down?
backyard underneath of the paver area, there's again, Mr. Matlack does a pretty good job of making sure there's a whole model that we do of the groundwater and what the impacts would be to the neighbors. So we've gone through those calculations with Mr. Matlack to prove to him that it won't affect any of the neighboring properties, either above ground or below ground.
Thank you.
Hello. Do I need to be sworn in?
Mark, can you swear?
Do you swear your testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Just state your name for the record.
Jay Stolman.
Please spell the last name.
SHTULMAN.
And your address?
400 Jerome.
Thank you, go ahead.
I also own 401.
Okay. So you live at 400, but you own
Correct.
401.
Correct. So I just want to make sure I understand because this photograph conveniently leaves out Jerome Avenue. So this is the property line, which is how many feet off of Jerome Avenue and its narrowest point? Is it 10 feet?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
And its narrowest, what is the closest this?
How close is the property line to Jerome Ave?
May I note, I think that our architect, who's also our planner, is going to specifically cover that. I don't think Mr. Hopkins had to address that. I don't think he has that information necessarily, but we will get to it with our next witness.
Do you, okay, is it, I believe it's 10 feet.
Well, I'm not testifying. I need a witness to testify.
Well, I think it's in the submissions.
Yeah, so when this works
what he's
is,
saying that this witness doesn't know the answer to that
Okay.
question, but their next witness will.
So you're saying that this is the existing building, so all of the runoff you're saying is piped, going into the ground and running towards Lewis? Is that what's being?
So the roof leaders from the addition are being piped to, and the rest of them are being piped to two separate systems that are between the addition and the driveway and the grass area where I pointed to previously. I can come back up there and show you again if you'd
Sure.
like.
I think he's also asking, is the roof leaders from the existing structure also being piped that way?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
So they'll be piped to this area.
Okay, and do they run, do you know if from this point, it just percolates, it doesn't run towards Lewis? Is it?
It's an underground pipe, so it goes from the pipes from the roofs down into the ground, and there it stays.
Okay.
They're not conveyed. They're meant to go into the ground to percolate into the ground.
And do you know, are there any inlets on Lewis? Sewer inlets?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't.
I think that's rather significant if we know if there are, I don't know what they're called specifically.
It's the right question. Inlets.
Storm drains on Lewis Avenue in proximation to the property.
Yeah,
engineer.
there's a drainage structure in front of the house next door on the top of the page.
Oh, this way.
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of about where that is. I think that's a car parked there.
Okay. And this question now is limited to engineering, you said?
to whatever he testified to.
Okay, so what is dropping a pool in this area, which is, you can't see it because it's omitted, so proximate to Jerome, I guess from an engineering standpoint and a runoff standpoint, is there a concern, or I have a concern, about Jerome, this area of Jerome Avenue, which is a dead-end street, becoming flooded?
So, there's so the pavers around the pool are pervious, so they're designed so that, again, the water is not meant to run off. It's supposed to go into the ground. Mr. Matlack wanted some additional assurances of that, so we did add 2 inlets between the pool and Jerome, which are meant to collect any runoff that doesn't get captured by the pervious pavers, and again, direct those into the ground.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions for this witness? Okay. Okay, bring the next witness.
I'll excuse Mr. Hopkins and I'll call Mr. Edward O'Neill, who's our architect and planner.
Just gonna move that. Thank you. One easel out of the way.
Mr. O'Neill, do you swear any testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. You just state your name and your residence.
William, let me get to the microphone. Edward William O'Neill Jr.
And you are a licensed architect, state of New Jersey?
Yes, and a licensed planner also.
And you're testifying in both capacities this evening?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Thank you. And both licenses are in good standing?
Yes, they are.
Thank you.
Mr. O'Neill, have you been qualified before this board in the past?
We don't need those. That's us.
Okay, we're good?
Licenses are in good standing.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Neal, you are the project architect on this application.
Yes.
In that capacity, were you involved in the preparation of the architectural plans that have been presented?
Yes.
Could you give us an overview of what the plans are showing and what we are proposing to do with the property?
Certainly. As was previously stated, we're looking to take an existing non-conforming building and make it into a conforming use, which would be a detached single-family residence in the medium-density R4 single-family residential zone. So we would eliminate the non-conforming use. We are also, if I can, this area here is the existing first floor of the building. That's the old cabinet shop industrial use.
And Mr. O'Neill, you're referring to what, so that we have it for the transcript?
This is sheet C100.
Of your architectural plans that the board has?
Yes, dated February 21st, 2025.
Revised through June 10th, 2025?
Yes.
Okay, so that's Exhibit A5.
Yes. So this area here is 2,040 square feet. What we are proposing is to remove 9 feet of the back of the building, but to maintain the roof to act as a covered area to the pool. Realizing that the pool is required by my client for health reasons. This then would be the 2-story addition to the building, and that is 600 square feet on the first floor, and it's a 2-story area which contains a master bedroom suite and some other bedrooms on the second floor, and that is a total of 1,192 square feet, which also includes the finishing of the existing attic and the addition of 2 bathrooms. Now, since the application, we are going to amend the plan because Mr. Matut's grandchildren no longer will be coming to visit on long-term relationships, which is what these were. So this bedroom, which I believe is bedroom number 3, will be kept as unfinished attic space. This area, which is bedroom 4, will become an exercise area. Again, Mr. Matut has a thin exercise regimen he must maintain. And we will eliminate one of the 2 bathrooms. So that will reduce the size of the house by 610 square feet.
Hold on, wait a minute. So you're completely changing this application?
No, we're basically changing we are eliminating this bedroom, but not the square footage of it. It'll be unfinished attic. And this, which is the same size.
Are you going to do a deed restriction that's never going to become a bedroom?
I think the request for the deed restriction that the property would never be used as anything but a single-family residence. I think we're willing to do that deed restriction.
Well, but that's a useless deed restriction because you're not allowed to do anything but a single-family home. The question is, you're offering us today that you're eliminating a bedroom. You're obviously doing that for a reason, but then you're sitting here saying, well, yeah, but we might change our mind later on and we wouldn't have to come back to the board.
Well,
so you can have it both ways. Either tell us it's going to be a bedroom and potentially could be a bedroom in the future because his grandchildren decide they're going to be coming back to the house again, or they're never ever coming to the house ever again, so we don't need this bedroom, in which case deed restrict this that it isn't going to be a bedroom.
I would like Mr. Matut to testify of his thinking on that, so you understand the evolution. Okay, it's not nearly as mysterious, and it's certainly not nefarious. We will in fact explain what his thinking has been, and I know there was some concerns along the way by Mr. Higgins as to whether it might be some kind of multi-family use because of the size of the bedroom and the size of the driveway. We've reduced the size of the driveway substantially. The intent here is not to leave this open for some type of multi-family use, but Mr. Matut really should testify to that because I'm not a witness to that.
And that's fine, Mr. Donner. The concern is you're eliminating a bedroom, which is going to change things about the application. It's going to change the RSIS. It's going to change the way the board looks at the application. But if you're basically telling us that you're reserving the right to ultimately make it a bedroom again, it's sort of a meaningless offer that you're removing it as a bedroom. There obviously were concerns about it being an extra bedroom from a planning perspective, which were addressed, and you're obviously acknowledging that by coming in here and saying, hey, this isn't gonna be a bedroom, that one's not gonna be a bedroom, that one's gonna be a gym, this is gonna be a vacant space. But then at the same breath, you're basically saying, and I know you're not testifying, you're the attorney, I get it. But in the same breath, you're saying, yeah, but we might go back and might make it a bedroom, we might make them both bedrooms in the future, reserving that right.
All right, I'd like to have, after Mr. O'Neill, Mr. Matuk get up here, answer those questions, and tell you what he's prepared to do to meet your concerns.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see, where was I? Oh, so that totals that there's 2,190 square feet of existing, 1,792 square feet proposed. There is no attic, additional attic, and there is no basement to the building. So therefore, size becomes, ground floor size becomes an issue because there's no extra space for those things. There's also no garage, no detached garage.
But bedroom 4 is gonna be attic space.
Yes.
So
That
now
would-
you have attic space.
Well, it exists. There's no new attic space, is what I said.
Okay.
The way that the cabinet shop worked is that the way cabinets and wood is done is that when the cabinets are cut, all the sawdust is actually blown up into the attic and stored. Then it's emptied periodically. And so that if you go up there, even now, years later, there is still sawdust all over the place. So we were just proposing at one point to renovate that by putting up pretty much sheetrock and doors. But Mr. Matute has had to change based on change in his family dynamic not to do that. So he's just gonna leave it be.
May I ask a question?
Certainly.
I'm a simple planner, so I'm a little confused here. The drawing that you show, the exhibit
This one.
there, yeah.
Mhm.
What is the original part of the building? What's the new?
This line right here, is
let's take
what's
a,
below it.
upstairs. Take a look at upstairs there.
Yes.
Is that small box the original part of the building?
This exists.
That exists.
The narrow
This
portion of
Mhm.
does not.
Okay, so the narrow portion.
including the bathrooms.
No, sorry, these two. My mistake.
Those are new.
Those are new.
But are those going away?
One, we're proposing now, one would go away, and if we were fortunate enough to be approved, we would submit that as a change document.
So is that attic space then the second one? Are you keeping them the
No,
same?
it would be a bathroom to service the exercise room.
Okay. The one you're eliminating, are you still building on that square footage?
No.
So you're gonna have that bump in?
Well, it bumps out, so it'll be flush with what's there now. So this would go away.
The other bathroom will bump out.
This would, honestly, I might shift it to center it.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
So-
So one side's gonna bump out.
But there's also a bathroom.
I have a fundamental
And we're
problem
changing
with
this,
this
me too.
application. It is
Yeah.
changing so much
Yeah,
in
that-
front of us.
Yeah.
I believe a new application needs to be submitted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we need to see what the final plans are. We can't sit here and be like, we're doing this, we might do this, we might shift this, we might do
Piecing it
that.
together.
I mean, we need to know what is being proposed. This is a completely different application than what was originally submitted to us. I understand that sometimes you make, at the hearing, changes to an application. You might say, yeah, okay, we decided we'll put a window here or whatever. You know, they're minor changes that are made at a hearing, but these are major changes that you're talking about.
And honestly, it could impact your proofs for your variances. That's why I was asking, what's new and what's, so if you're losing some space, you don't need it, well, why do you need that big expansion in the front? So I would
Yeah, well, that's-
probably
Yeah,
suggest.
exactly.
Isn't there a bathroom
Well-
up there as well?
Where is it?
Right off the exercise room, you go up to the
Yes.
left. So
Right
there's
here.
already a bathroom up there, right? You go up.
No, he's
No. It is unfinished attic
No, I'm sorry.
That's new.
The new part of the plan,
up here.
right? Right there. That's a bathroom right there, right? On the top left,
Yes,
right? So you're going to put a bathroom there and a bathroom in the exercise room.
yes, these are guest bedrooms.
Yeah, my sincere suggestion is that figure out what it is you want to do. Your client, figure out what he wants to do. Come back with final plans as to what you're actually asking this board to consider. Because right now this is a mess. And I'm not blaming you, Mr. O'Neill, because you probably just found out tonight or the other day. Obviously, not enough time to revise your plans. So I'm not blaming you. but, and I'm not blaming the applicant either, his life circumstances changed, whatever. But come back with a plan that shows you what you're actually asking for approval for.
Well, I think it's been testified they were looking for a storage area and a workout area.
Yeah, but
And
this
I-
application, but Mr. Donner, this application's not been has not been reviewed by our professionals for what you are now proposing. It's a completely different application. And as Ron just said, it may implicate the proofs. What do you need all this extra space for in the front of the building that you're adding this new space, if now you have all this back space that now you can utilize?
Well,
You don't need bedrooms 2, 1, and whatever, because now you have bedroom 4 that could be developed as a bedroom.
If I,
Yeah,
Mr.
but
Martin,
if I could say that
let me, if you don't mind, let
Sure.
me say something.
Sure.
The way this is going, right, I think you could continue and have a negative outcome, or we could suspend this for a month, and you guys can come back with some additional thoughts.
Well, if we suspend it, it will have to be for 2 months, because I won't be.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I think Mark's trying to help you rather than go on and.
I don't view his comments as being
yeah, okay.
antagonistic or even adversarial.
Yeah.
We're just trying to clarify,
Yeah.
but maybe it's a good suggestion. Okay, I thought that we might be able to clear it up with Mr. Matut's testimony, and frankly, I didn't view the change from a bedroom to the uses we're talking about now as that dynamic in terms of the rest of the property, but I could be wrong. So we should make up our mind as to what we're going to do and present it in a consistent fashion.
Right. I mean, and
I
again,
disagree.
because Mr. O'Neill's even saying, well, I may do this, I may do that. It's like that's not good. So, and I don't mean that again. I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just we need to know.
You can't use the word may.
Yes, we need to know what it is that you are proposing.
Well, it's going to be on the drawings, so
gonna be
there's
on
not
the
going to be any
drawings,
questions.
Okay. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have an early night in this application. I do appreciate the board's time.
So you're looking for November then? Is that what you're saying?
Because I'm not gonna be here for that.
Could you tell me the date in November?
Yeah,
please?
we're checking that because I don't even know what it is. As to carrying it,
No.
I mean, you can if you want, Mr. Chairman. It's up to the board. No, just wait. Okay.
Oh,
So the sense I'm getting is since we don't even know what's actually being proposed.
Yeah, he didn't even finish his testimony.
Yeah.
yet,
So wait and then
Yeah,
come
we
back.
just
Yeah, he didn't finish his testimony, so we didn't even ask any questions.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
Right.
That's my son's birthday. All right.
You coming, Ron?
Well, I would expect Jim is going to be here, but if need be, I will be.
Bring your son. We'll sing.
Bring a cake too.
So Monday, November 10th. 17 years old.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, members of the board. We'll be back.
All right. So what's going to happen, everyone, is this application is going to be carried to the November 10th. What?
November 10th at 7.
I thought it was changed for a different
Were
date.
you going to change it?
I have that on calendar.
Right, I was trying to change that date.
From
Try to change
November
it a
10th?
second time?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was a little bit of conflict with some professionals, and I was trying to change it, but I don't think I heard back from everybody.
What were you trying to change it to? There was,
Did I ignore the request? It's possible.
yeah, so I think you're right, we did have this conversation, it's not the 17th, but it's, it was the week of Thanksgiving, Monday the 24th. Which also would be, because you have the planning board on for that night also, but,
30 board members.
what, was there a possibility of the board being available on November 24th? Which is Monday, November 24th. It is the week of Thanksgiving.
I'm good.
I'm okay.
Yep.
Donner, Mr. O'Neill, are you both
Yes.
good?
So Monday, November
It
24th.
says 24th now.
Yeah, Monday, November 24th,
Instead of the 10th.
instead of the 10th.
Stay the 10th.
So again, we'll make the announcement that this application is being carried to the night of Monday, November 24th at 7 p.m. You will not receive any further notice. You need to be in this room at that time. I will tell the public that any new plans that are revised need to be in the office of the board by at least 10 days in advance. They will be there, so if you wanna see the plans, you can you can call the board secretary, come on in and see those plans, but they have to be in 10 days in
Can I
advance.
just
Go
ask
ahead.
that maybe they're a little sooner so that you can have the professionals review them? I know it's 10 days.
We can request that,
Yeah,
but
just so that the professionals can review it and we're not getting reports the day.
You want it earlier than 10 days?
If you could,
Well,
please.
it's highly recommended, because if these reviews need to be redone, it's for your
That's gonna
benefit
be your
as
benefit,
well
too.
as the board's benefit, to be able to have them
What
ready
are we saying,
to
like
review.
November 9th or so, 15 days?
We'll just get them done as soon as we can.
Yeah, you have 2 months, so.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we'll get them done as
just-
soon as
But they will be in at least 10 days in advance.
That's just so the public knows, that's the legal requirement.
And is that a 7:30 start, because it's a Monday?
So 7 o'clock, right? I mean, the planning board's not-
7:15 caucus, 7:30 start?
Brian said now we know. It's not even anything.
Okay, so we're basically taking the planning board spot, so it'll be 7 o'clock that night.
6:45.
6:45 caucus, 7
Yes.
o'clock, okay.
Yes. All right, so the public needs to be here, so there's no confusion. 7 o'clock on Monday, November 24th in this room.
Thank you. Okay, have a good night. We have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Maybe my pizza.